What's up?
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, look. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Steve. We're Bro Talk TV. I'm here with my brothers. Jay, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's good, man? I'm happy you're healthy. Happy to see y'all, man.
That's what's up, man. Jay's a man of very few words, but a lot of knowledge. All right. Ray, what's going on, man? How you living?
What's going on, man? It's Ray for Bro Talk TV. Just want to say shout out to Alex. As y'all see, we missing one today. Alex, if you can make it, you know, the seat's always here. It's open. But do your thing, man. Be safe, and let's get to it. Got a lot of questions.
Yeah. Much love to my brothers. All right, man. Listen, we're going to go right into it. Ask the bros. First, I just want to say, visit us on www.brotalktv.com. Go to Ask the Bros. Those questions come directly to our mailbox, and we don't look at them until this moment right here. So if you submit the question on our website, we'll get it. And if we have enough time, we'll get to you. So please, any questions, there's no stupid question, and you can talk about anything, and we'll answer them. All right, we're going to go first. The selected topic is relationships.
He said, hold on.
For 1
He
second.
said, hold on.
Let me stop you for 1 second, Steve. There's definitely stupid questions, but we welcome them. We want your stupid questions because nobody else you ain't got nobody else to ask. Ask us, man. Ask the bros. We here for it.
All right.
Oh, man.
There it is. Ray said dumb questions come in as well. That's fine. All right. So we're going to relationships. So the question here is from our brother Tim. If you are in a toxic relationship and your partner destroys your property, are they obligated to replace the items that was destroyed?
Hell yeah. I mean, okay. Well, I only have a question. Obviously, I hate to answer the question with a question. My question would be, though, what is the level of relationship? Like, are we married? Are we dating? Are we just kind of seeing each other, don't really know yet? Because if you married, if they break something, it's really their own stuff because they own it too, right? So I'm like, all right, they broke it. That was a temper tantrum. Watch the behavior, figure it out from there. On the other hand, though, if y'all just dating or just seeing each other and they start breaking stuff and start throwing all kind of, just getting violent, that's different, bro. We ain't got no kind of, as far as I'm concerned, you ain't got no kind of financial ties yet. So if you breaking my stuff, you need to replace that. And that's how I feel about it.
I don't know, because it's a toxic relationship. If you already going in and saying it's a toxic relationship,
yeah,
you should be prepared for anything at that point.
It's probably only toxic because he or she breaking stuff. So at that point, you may pay for it. Yeah.
I don't think that it matters married or not married, man. Your account was about to get a withdrawal because you broke something and that was intentional. Nah, you're gonna have to pay for this on your 50% is gonna have to come out of that.
I agree with
that's
you.
That's just my opinion, man. I mean, I don't care what the
with you on that because thinking back now, I can't relate directly, but if I'm in that situation, married or not, and it's toxic. So I missed that piece, Jay. If it's toxic, meaning it's already negative, it's already bad,
right.
It's already, then yeah, you got to pay for it, bro.
Nah, because
like it was like, we healthy and something broke. Like, nah, you are toxic. You try to kill me.
But if it's already a toxic relationship and I'm already in the relationship, going into it that is toxic, why should they why should I force them to pay some? No,
like
but
it's called accountability.
I didn't mean
to
run over my car, so I shouldn't go to jail. Like, no, bro, you hit me.
No, but you're partially to blame, though.
You're going to jail.
No. If you have red flags, right? The red flags already says it's a toxic relationship, and you did not take those red flags and leave, and you sit there and continue to stay over and over again, you have to take blame for that.
All right, I'm gonna break it down to some terms with my boy Jay. Really
man, here we go.
So Jay, if you had some retro Kobe prototypes and a female you've been married to for 4 or 5 years decides that she's angry at you and she gonna take your Kobe's that you've been saving. Kobe, rest in peace to you. But you've been saving and the value's going up and up and up, and it's gonna keep going up as far as I'm concerned. And she takes those shoes and just tears them up. I'm sorry, she throws them in the mud, drags them, scuffs them, all pisses on them.
Damn, bro.
They're like,
Don't do
you
that.
tell me, you sit there and tell me toxic relationship, she gets a pass? Hell no.
Nah, she ain't getting that pass,
You
bro.
paying for this.
I'm sorry. She
I'ma
not
see you
getting
in
a pass.
You feel me?
She ain't getting a pass. But still, I feel like they should take some type of blame though. Tim got to take some type of
The
blame.
blame is there, but it don't excuse the actions. If you decide you're gonna break my stuff, you're gonna tear it up, you're gonna pay for it. That's it.
Listen, the blame is get the hell out the relationship because
That's
why
what
are
I'm
you in a
saying.
toxic relationship? But there's no pass. Regardless toxic or not, on your way out, you cut some stuff up.
You don't get out of that.
You need to pay for it, man. Like, come on, man.
What if it's both of y'all who broke something?
Y'all both pay for each other.
Yeah, pay for it.
Nah.
You broke something cheaper than shit.
It ain't. I'm gonna break your plate. You broke my plate, so I'm gonna break yours. Are we even?
No, that's what I'm saying. If I break something that's valuable, if something is valuable to her and I break it, right, and then she
petty.
goes back,
That's being petty.
Yeah.
I'm just listen. That's the game we playing. I'll play the game.
We're not
You
playing
need
that
to get
game.
out of that. That's toxic, man.
I'm not
playing
toxic
that game
then.
at all.
I gotta be toxic then. I'm sorry.
You're toxic.
I'm
bitch.
toxic.
You don't
Listen,
understand.
some people like toxicity. That's
Yo,
all I
for real.
can say.
I've been stuffing people's sneakers, Jay.
Next question.
Next question, man. Gee, I don't know.
That was a loaded one already, man. I like this.
For real.
All right. So here is a question from Jess. Said, how do you feel about a woman taking the initiative to pay on a date? P.S. This is not a question pertaining to your inability to pay.
Okay. I mean, I like it. It might be a turn on, to be honest, because it's very rare when a woman's just gonna say, "Oh, let me pay this time." It's very rare when a woman comes out and say that. So I might be more impressed with her saying that rather than me pay. I'm fine with paying all the time. That's no problem. But her taking that initiative, I'm cool with it. But I'll probably still pay. But I'll still be appreciative of the fact that she even just said, "Oh, I want to pay this time. I got it."
Okay.
I like it.
What did you say, Ray?
I got my thoughts, but I want to. I don't want to ruin Steve's perspective here. So I want to hear.
All right. So for me, I would agree with Jay on this one. To me, I can appreciate it, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of guys that just take a back seat, and a lot of women take lead, right?
Yeah.
I think it needs to be a healthy balance. It can be a healthy balance. You have a problem paying for a meal and paying when we go out? Absolutely not. But if you continue draining the same person, it could come off as being unappreciative, or you can reciprocate it to make the guy feel like, you know what, I got you. And that's really that's what it is. It's like a guy having a woman pay for something, like for them to know that, you know what, I got you. If needed, I got you. Right? I think it's all right.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm glad I didn't ruin you. so here's my take on this. And so I don't get on Facebook often at all. Like I'm not a social media guy. Social media guy is Jay. If anyone wants to know who's really running things, it's the marketing guy. That's Jay, right?
Steve.
So
Steve.
That's not even a topic of
between
discussion.
these two
Can we stay
guys,
on topic, please? Can we stay on topic?
Now we all share that responsibility in all seriousness. But recently I posted on my Facebook, or I reposted. I shared a post. It was a video of a guy. He's in a bathrobe, and he goes, "Babe, I made your hot tea." He goes, "Babe, I can go ahead and have your breakfast ready in 5 minutes. What time are you leaving?" And he has his hair in a hair thing, and he's in like these little pink slippers, fuzzy slippers. I'm saying all that to say, listen, bruh, if my wife or girl or whatever your situation is in a position that I can be a stay-at-home dad or stay-at-home husband, I'm all in, brother. I am rooting for you. Because the way I see it, I'm not gonna stop hustling anyway. Y'all know me. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. But if I can get a woman who's in a position to be able to pay and wants to do that on top of that, man, that's a sweet deal. And I ain't got no problem with that. Now on the other side, chivalry is a thing, and I'm big on that. So I'm like y'all boys, I'm not gonna let them do it. But I'd be okay with the thought. I'd be okay with the idea. I would let them swipe their card every now and then. because she's a boss lady, or else she wouldn't be for me. So I'm cool with that.
All right, here's a spin on it.
Spin it.
What if you had a sugar mama?
Well, if you have a sugar mama, that's the sole
I'm not
purpose.
paying
Well, in
nothing.
turn, okay, would
The
you,
agreement
Your
is
sole purpose in my life. is
Let me,
paying
yeah,
for
let me rephrase that.
stuff.
Would you date? Would you have a sugar mama if you could?
I wouldn't, but that's just because I'm not built like that.
I'm
You know what I'm saying? Like,
conflicted
sugar
to
mama,
answer
and
this
I say
question.
this,
That's all I got to
my-
say, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
my mental, when I think sugar mama, I immediately, and I know this is not accurate, but I immediately think this 60, 70-year-old woman, like, who's like loaded. I'm talking about like, I'm talking about like loaded, like the kind of loaded, like where, F you rich. Like you like, when they pass away, their kids gonna be pissed because you were so close. So that's what I think when I think sugar mama. I know that's not accurate these days, but in my mindset, I'm like, ugh, I just can't do it. It's just me. But on the other side of things, in principle, I don't know, man. I just might have to give it a try if I was in that situation. If I was in that situation, I'd be like, listen, man, you already know you got it. I know you got it. I know I ain't got it. I'm with you for a reason. Let's go and make it happen.
Steve?
Oh, I was supposed to answer. I would say that's a tough one. Because like Ray said, man, I have no problem being a stay-at-home dad. The work ethic is just there, but I'm okay with balancing. So having, it depends on how old. It gotta be age limit. But in different circumstances, I might explore. Not saying that I will, but I mean, if that's something that I probably would enjoy for a moment. This is me being honest. Not saying it's gonna happen, but if it was an opportunity to be in a position where I don't got to work for like a year.
Steve was taking application.
Listen, I'm just saying, man.
It's like that's a good idea.
It's rough out here, man.
Like,
you gotta
get
help when you can.
Penthouse?
Oh man, I'm down for a sugar mama.
Man,
Pay some bills. I'm good with that.
Listen,
pay some bills, man. You paid all the bills.
For real. There's no limit. Just pay everything.
Yeah, man. That'll be nice.
Man.
Next question. So this is a 2-part question. All right.
Okay.
It said, I have a friend that says her boyfriend doesn't bathe every day. How do y'all feel about people or partners irregularly bathing? Do you guys bathe every day or skip a few days before hopping in the shower? And this is coming from Soap. So I want to be direct. Ray, what you think, man?
You asked for stupid questions.
Hold on. I need a real
You
name.
want Ray?
I need an address. I need to send DCF to your house. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Don't bathe every day, bro. What?
Hey, celebrities doing that now.
Yo, go bathe your skin. Nasty rich. I heard this thing with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. I think that's where his question stems from, and where they talked about how they don't bathe their kids every day. They went as far as I saw. I don't want to quote it, but they said something along the lines of they don't bathe them until they start to see the dirt on the child. Then they say, "Oh, time for a bath." But I don't know about y'all. I could go days without seeing no dirt. I can maybe even go a week unless I'm really outside, literally getting grimy in the mud. That's disgusting, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry. Especially, I hate to say it. I just be honest from a man who is a full 100% heterosexual. That is especially disgusting if I find out a woman doesn't bathe every day. That's just like, bro, how is that attractive?
Yeah,
like,
hygiene is important.
I don't understand it. And then how is that hygienic? Like, that's disgusting, dude. So, in my opinion, I say, my take or our take, I think I share this with Jay. Mind your damn business. But if you're in my circle, you better bathe your skin. That's all I got to say. because you're not welcome if you stink in a place. Like literally.
Yeah.
That's just my take.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that, bro. Like, I have to bathe every day because I can't see. I can see as a little kid, you know how little kids just run around and then they like try to skip bathing and then their parent have to, grab them like, go bathe. I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. But as an adult, hygiene should be your number one thing, bro. Especially when you have transmittal diseases, especially women, they, bacteria. If you stick something in a woman, infection happens. There's a lot of things that can happen. And if you ain't bathed, come on, man. Nah, bro. I can't, bro. Nah, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what you saying, bro?
Yeah, man. Listen.
Yeah.
So a boyfriend, girlfriend that don't bathe regularly is 100% turn off. I am turned off by bad smells. That's just me, right? So I'll be one of the rare guys that be in TJ Maxx smelling candles and buying air fresheners because I don't like bad smells. Me personally, I bathe twice a day. When I get up and I can't go back in the house from outside and go in my bed. All right. Yeah. So that to me is that right there is just a big yes. So to answer your question, yes, I bathe every day. That's just me. It's a turnoff for me.
Let me spin it.
I hold on before you spin
okay,
it.
good.
I'm gonna let you spin it. I want to hear what you gotta say. I actually want to ask the viewer anonymously, if you like, to share with us why you would think that would be okay. Like what possessed what where did you learn that? Like, where did that thought come from that was acceptable to go without bathing for multiple days? Because that is completely and utterly, to me, unacceptable and disgusting. But I just want to hear from that person what their feedback is as to what is exactly going through their mind. I gotta hear it. Now look, listen, send me a DM, bro talk. Hit him with the social media, Jay. What is it? Bro Talk TV on Facebook.
Bro Talk
_
TV on Instagram.
Bro Talk _TV.
Yeah.
IG. That's the quickest way to get us, in my opinion. Hit us on there. I gotta know. And you can also go to our website, brotalktv.com. Click on the button that says Ask the Bros. Just put it in the other, or just respond directly to Ray. And let me know what y'all got.
There are questions specific to
hey, what happened to mind your own business?
Nah, I need to know this. I need to know who is out here spreading this as knowledge as okay. We need to fix this. America. We need to petition Mila Kunis and Ashley Kutcher. No more movie roles. We need to cancel their ass. Listen. Supporting cast, bro. Can you imagine? Oh, Lord.
Steve, what you were saying?
I was going to say, so we talk about bathing, but now when we have this pandemic, do you see how thoroughly we clean now? It makes me wonder what was happening before. True. So again, just kind of go into the germ arena of how we really, nobody's really getting colds anymore. Why is that? And granted that if you get a cold, I think you got COVID, but still, I think that we are
we're the polls now.
Right? I know. So I just think that just being clean altogether is huge.
Just thinking back, like even before COVID, I used to see people go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, and then don't wash their hands.
It's nasty.
Seen that? That is.
I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you? You got to eat your food as soon as you walk out.
Bro. You gonna come shake my hand, come dap me up after you just like, bro, what?
Really?
No, man. No. That's hygienics 101. There's nothing advanced about that. You take the soap, you squeeze it in your hand, you lather her up, you sing the ABCs because that's how long it takes to get it right. You rinse and you dry.
And that's it.
I learned that when I was probably 2 or 3, and so did my kids. Thank God that I was raised properly to clean myself and keep my hands clean. Man, hey, listen, I want to hear your spin though. You still got the spin or the spin?
Yeah. So let's say you have a woman who's bad. I mean, 10 out of 10 She got her own place, got her own car, got her job secured,
Don't
but
matter.
she don't take baths like that.
Hell no.
Nope.
Sorry.
You are disgusting. I'm sorry.
When I think of the fact that you don't clean yourself, my head goes so many other places, bro. I start thinking about obviously what you alluded to earlier about like putting something in something and not know what you're gonna pull out when you pull out. There's that. There's also the fact of, okay, if they don't clean themselves, do they clean their house? Do they clean their kitchen? I'm supposed to go in somebody's house and they don't like what they room gonna look like, what they room gonna smell like, what they, you know what I'm saying? Like their bathroom. Nah, man. Listen, at least the way I was raised, and I'm not saying it's right, but the way I was raised, I believe to be right, is that based on the way someone presents themselves and take care of themselves, that's how they're gonna take care of you if they truly love you. So the way I look at that, if you care about yourself, self-health, take care of yourself, then I say, okay, that's somebody I want to be around. Because when I get sick and I can't take care of myself, I can't look after myself, I want to know there's somebody who's going to look after me and look after me, not just look after me, but look after me the right way. They're going to clean me. They're going to get me up. They're going to make sure I bathe. They're going to make sure whatever needs to get done. Because God forbid I'm disabled and unable to do it for myself. I make sure I'm in good company, man. I don't care what. She could be a billionaire with a B. I'm passing on that hard pass. It'd be tough, but I'm passing. I'm like, damn, you can't just bathe. Like, let's go.
Yeah, facts on that one.
All right, Steve. So I actually just got a question from my IG page. They actually sent a video, but I can't play it on here. But I'm gonna basically read the question. So this is from a young lady named Noig. I don't even know how to say it. I'm gonna just spell it. It's NOIG_SUE.
Noig.
So there you go. So the question is, do y'all really move in women houses? Wait, hold on. It says, do y'all really move in with women you don't like? Yeah, I was trying to read it.
I seen it too. I was like, damn, I can't read it.
It says, do y'all really move in with women and don't like them because y'all homeless? I think I read that so wrong. I read that so bad.
Let's try it again.
All right, let's try this one more time. It says,
take two.
It says, do y'all really move in with women you don't like because you're homeless?
Damn, Floyd.
There you go. Man, that Florida education is bad, bro. They failed me, yo. Golly.
All right. So would you
public education system failed you?
Failed me, bro. And I went to college. Golly, what's wrong with me? Yeah, I got a degree and all, and still can't read.
Can't read what?
What? God, man. God dang, Florida. This is what we going through right now.
Hey, this is why I moved up north, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. This is exactly why I'm trying to encrypt the code or break it. Actually. So just give me a minute.
Oh man. All right. Did y'all get the question or not?
No, I have no idea what the question is.
All right, it says, okay, do y'all really move in with women you don't like because you homeless?
Oh, so what she's saying is,
I got you.
Do we move in to a woman's house just because we ain't got no else to stay with?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I can only speak for me. I've never done that. You know, I've never done that. And I can happily say, I wouldn't even say proud because it really is blessings more than pride. I've always had my own spot. So either that or I was in my parents' house, either one or the other. So I've never been in a position to have to move in anybody's house. I visited and left and had somewhere to go home. So for me, I couldn't really answer. But if you're looking for the broad answer, I do believe, not believe, I do know for a fact that happens. People, whether it's the dude or the chick, you know, it goes either way, or whatever the situation is. That happens all the time where for crying out loud, we hear about it all the time with taxes, right? So you know, tax season around the corner, tax season around the corner. All of a sudden, all the girls that ain't never had nobody all year round, a month or two, around December, January, they start getting booed up. They got about 4 or 5 kids, but they ain't got nobody in their life. All of a sudden, they get then come May, June, summer starts coming around, you know, summer body, all that stuff, right? And all of a sudden, who's single again? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, do the math. I ain't saying nothing. I'm saying, do the math. And Detective Ray is on the case.
You say argument on cue, right, Detective Ray?
That's all I got to say. I rest my case, sir.
Oh man, I have to agree with Ray. There are definitely men who do that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. It's not something I would like to do. I think that's kind of messed up. And plus, I can't look in somebody's face every day, especially if I don't like you. Like that just doesn't. I just can't be in somebody's space, and I just don't like that. That's just not me. But I've known people who do that, and it's a real thing. So all I got to tell you is, just see the signs, red flags. If they ain't doing something you don't like, and it seemed like they just there just to be, have a roof over their head, cut them off.
They ain't contributing. They need to get steps.
Something.
The question is, how are they contributing? Because there got to be an unspoken agreement as to why those doors are open, or anything
Depends,
else open, for that matter.
That makes sense,
right?
Because
so
they're providing a service, most likely.
There it is.
I was about to say that.
You have a live-in prostitute.
You supply this, and you get this.
There it is. And that leads to my next relationship question. How do you know when to get out of a relationship? The sex is good, but everything else is just aggravating. And this is asking for a friend.
I'll let you take that one, Jay.
What? What means?
You like you had some
Jay said, I don't want this.
The wheels are spinning. I was like, oh.
So all right, let me take it then.
Yeah, please.
Get out of a relationship. So at some point, the sexual activities is not going to be exciting anymore, and then you're left with aggravating. So you need to have a conversation, right? And figure out what it is. And because if you just only go for that physical attribute and nothing else after that, that is a recipe for disaster, and that's not going to be sustainable. So if you just want something short term, then hey, go for it. But if you're looking for sustainability, that's just not the place that you need to be, because there's some incompatibility where that's concerned. That's my take on it. Ray, go ahead. Ray, go ahead. Ray, Jay's still thinking, man. He
done turned his whole mouth on
all Jay
breathe on this.
All Jay heard was it was good, right?
All right, so listen. I'm gonna do this one in I'm gonna come up from a different perspective, because to be honest, Steve gave my answer. All right, so I'm gonna give it I'm gonna play from a different perspective. Here's what I say: if you're in a relationship and everything else is aggravating, but the only thing you're there for is good, then I'm gonna mind my damn business and let you handle that on your own. Because you got to decide for yourself when you're ready to take that next level in relationship maturity, right? So what I say is, if that's working for you, and some people that's what works for them is something just physical, then hey, that's between you and that other person and whatever other authority you answer to. So that's what I would say on that. But at the same time, if you're not in that mental space, and if that's all you're interested, if it's not a serious, I hope it's not a serious relationship. I hope it's not like serious, like to the point like, okay, this is who I want to get married to, and all y'all like about each other is each other's physical, and everything else is trash. If that's the case, then you done made a big mistake, and you got to figure that out. Maybe go to what's it called? Counseling. Maybe check out some counseling.
First thing that came to mind is my Maury.
I don't know nothing about counseling. I've never been to a counselor. I won't sit here and lie to y'all. The closest I ever got to a counselor was a youth counselor. And that was it. but maybe some counseling will be something y'all need to look at, because if that's all you see value in that person is just the physical and the sex, and that's it, y'all gotta rethink some things. Jay?
All right, so I'll be honest. Back in the day when I was younger, I think, yeah. What?
You said that was last year?
You're not supposed to say,
I didn't hear it. I was like, what? I thought it was like flashback. I was like,
You showing your degree again, bro.
Nah, I know, right? Not like high school days. I would say like high school, maybe like college days. I would say like for me,
Let's be clear, early college days, Jay.
Yeah, early college days.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it was only about the physical part.
Yeah.
Of the relationship. It was so like if they do something, I never like thought of the future. So it was always like physical for me. So like it's not until when you get older when you like, damn, you getting hitting that age where it's like, damn, kids, marriage, that and such and so forth. I think that's the point where I was like, all right, I need to see more than just the physical part. Because it's easy just to have sex. That's nothing compared to us or anybody else. The physical part, you could find that anywhere. It's just what comes after that. And I think that's where that person, whoever submitted that question, has to realize, all right, you got to go. Or sit them down and be like, yo, what is there else? What are you bringing to that table? And then discuss the future. If he don't got no future for you or she don't got no future for you, the door's right there. It's time to go. Simple. It may hurt you because a lot of times that the physical aspect of it, of the sex, that's the one that's hooking them to be like, nah, I need this person here because it's so good.
Stuck.
But at some point, it's like, all right, well, that's good, but you're not supporting anything else. You're not contributing to anything else. So why are you here? I don't know how you break that cycle, but you're gonna have to find some way.
And
use
I
toys
think
or something.
when you get past, when you get to that point, I think that's when it becomes toxic because you're staying in something that really doesn't work, but you're making it work, and then you're throwing in all these other things just try to fulfill it when you just really need to have an honest conversation of, are we really compatible and do we actually want, is this gonna work? So that's just my take on that.
Okay.
All right. Switching gears a little, we're gonna talk a little about sports. So I'm gonna switch this over probably to Jay. And this person said that I saw your predictions on who was going to win the championship in the NBA last year. No one picked the Bucks. So the question is, who do y'all think will win next year, and what do you think is the best pickup so far in the offseason? And this is from NBA Net.
I would have to first apologize to Giannis because I'm not gonna lie.
He showed up though.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think we have a clip somewhere where I'm like, Giannis is gonna have to leave to get a ring. I think there's a clip out there.
I remember that. I remember that, man. We should have played that.
Nobody needs to look for it. No, I think it's on, I think it's on Twitter. I think it's on our Twitter page. I'm gonna find that clip and post it on Instagram. But yeah, I said Giannis would not win a title. He's gonna have to team up with somebody, and he just proved me wrong. And to be honest, I'm a big fan now. I have to give him a lot of respect for what he did because with the team he had, bro, I ain't gonna lie, he didn't look like a championship team. When you talk about Brooke Lopez, Drew Holiday, I call him Chipmunk, but it's Middleton. He looks like a chipmunk, bro.
He do.
With that squad, I felt like the Suns had a better team, better squad. But then again, I'm wrong. So I definitely want to apologize to them. But the pickups that happened recently, I love them. I like. I see the Heat has Kyle Lowry. They have PJ Tucker. They signed back Victor Oladipo. I don't like the DeRozan going to Chicago. That didn't make sense to me. I mean, he said he wanted he wanted a ring or to battle for a championship. I don't think the Bulls have it. The Lakers is trash to me. I'm sorry. I hate the Lakers. So I don't know what else to say. Everybody else, it's okay. But I'm more excited for the Heat, though.
So who do you think will win it next year?
If the Nets are healthy, probably the Nets.
Okay.
I would say the Heat is close too, because their defense is going to be ridiculous this year. Maybe the Suns come back, but that's tough. No. Maybe Denver. Maybe not. I don't see Utah making it to the championship. but maybe Denver, maybe Mavericks. Luka had a amazing Olympics run. I don't know, man. It's about 3 or 4 teams that could make it, but I definitely don't see the Lakers. If anybody's watching this thinking that the Lakers is going to make it, no, sorry, find another team.
So,
They're
so who do
trash.
you think? Which team do you think got the best pickup so far in the off season or acquisition? I guess you could say.
Oof. I would say probably the Heat, Bulls.
Gotta pick one, brother.
It's hard, bro. It's
not. Just pick one. Roll with it. Stick with it.
all right. I'll say the Heat. I'll say the Heat. Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker threw me off. I like the PJ Tucker really more than
PJ
the
Tucker.
Kyle
I
Lowry.
think fits perfectly. Kyle Lowry
Yeah.
was a shock to me a little bit.
Yeah,
but I know he'd been looking at the Heat for a while, but I just didn't think it was going to actually happen.
that's true.
But actually, so I'm actually going to go a little bit out of the box on this. So I don't know if y'all been, I know Jay been following. I don't know if Steve, if you've been following the offseason summer league right now, but I've seen LiAngelo Ball out there, catch and shoot over people with no hesitation.
I see him.
And, hey, listen, Jello, I feel like Jello slept on. I'm not saying he's like a superstar, but I've seen him play, and I feel like he's going to be a sleeper that people are going to overlook. They're going to say, oh, he just in the league because his brothers. He in the league because his brothers. I feel like
the talent's there.
He just might be the biggest pickup when it's all said and done, because he's always been the best scorer, and we've seen what LaMelo does. Lonzo, I think as far as best pickup, in my opinion, I'm going Chicago. Even though the team is a little bit weird, I think that Lonzo going to Chicago is going to be a good fit. He gets to facilitate. He gets to move the ball. He has some scorers around him. I think it's going to be interesting. You said DeMar DeRozan. So imagine this: Lonzo at the 1, DeRozan at the 2 or the 3, and then Zach LaVine at the 2 or the 3. Like that's an interesting combination. The only thing I'm worried about with them,
it's a fast break team.
Exactly. The only thing I worry about with them is the size. Do they have enough size to stop teams like DeAndre? Would they have players like DeAndre Ayton to stop teams with players with the length like of Kevin Durant and Giannis and Anthony Davis? Like, do they have the size to be able to stop them? But as far as the Suns making it back, I don't think so. I think going back to Giannis and the Bucks, I feel like everything worked out perfect storm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I take away from Giannis winning, but everything that needed to happen to allow him the opportunity to win this year, I know he would have won eventually, but to win this year, everything happened perfectly. I'm talking about James Harden gets injured. Kyrie Irving gets injured when they're playing. They're playing against, literally like all the contenders. Trae Young on the East got injured. I mean, everything that they needed to happen happened, and then they get to the finals and they're playing against a team that was no one expected except for Jay. Actually, no one expected the Suns to be there, and the Suns are there. Like, this is a team that has no experience. Both teams, the entire squad of both teams, had never been to the finals ever.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get an even match and opportunity, that was it. Where no matter what team won, it was gonna say it was well deserved. I think Giannis, I'm not gonna say he got lucky because he worked hard. Listen, that last game he balled out in Game 5, where he put up 50 points. I mean, I'm talking about like triple doubles. I'm saying this guy killed it. He deserved it. But in my opinion, everything worked out as a perfect storm in his favor. And I just would like to be a fly on the wall to see what it's like at the Antetokounmpo's Thanksgiving dinner. All these rings. The 3 out of the 4, the 3 that are in the NBA all got rings now. We're about to have rings. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be some bragging rights. If I was those parents, I know the father passed away, but if I was the mother, man, that's one proud mama right now.
For real.
Back to Kobe, not Kobe. Damn, Lakers. See, I say Kobe now. I actually think Lakers. Lakers and Kobe. Lakers won one last year with the youngest one, won a ring, and then the other 2 older brothers won one this year back to back. That's dope. I'm sorry, that's dope.
So how do you feel about the Lakers getting Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony,
So
I don't want to call it a super team because it's definitely not. It's more like old.
I'll
but
describe it like this. They're the seasoned team, not in winning, but in experience. So from an experience level, they have an edge in the keeping it calm, keeping it cool. And I feel like LeBron's come a long way in being a leader under, keeping it collected and poised. So I feel like he's going to level them off. If they can stay healthy, I feel like they come out of the West. It won't be easy, but I feel like they come out of the West. And to me, it's more than a big three there. They have a lot of talent. Even the sixth man, which I think the sixth man will ultimately be Carmelo. I'm not sure how they can work that, but I think that's going to be amazing. He'll fit right in that spot. But then I look at it and I saw a picture recently of big threes. Again on social media, it had Brooklyn Nets, had Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden. Then it had LeBron, Westbrook, and AD. Then it had what's it called? Denver Nuggets, which was like to me was random, but it had whatever. And then it had the Mavericks, and it had Luka. so going back to your comment about Giannis, I feel like that's what it would take for Luka this year to win a championship. He got to leave, bro. Either that, or they really need to do some restructuring around Luka Doncic. At that point, is a baller. I don't care what. That Luka magic is crazy. They need to put some talent around him, give him a chance. Man. It ain't working how it's set up right now.
Okay. All right. Next question.
All right. Next question. We're switching gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about money management. So this question from JT says, who should control the expenses in the marriage? The husband, the wife, or split responsibilities, and why? I'm going to give that one to Ray for obvious reasons.
He's just passing questions.
So here's how I answer that. I feel like both. I'm assuming this is a marriage. This is a marriage, right, or just a relationship?
Yeah, yes, it is marriage.
So I'm assuming it's a marriage. Okay, so I feel like both parties, both husband, wife, or whatever the duo is, both should be aware and know how to manage the finances, meaning they should both know how to pay the bills, what needs to be paid, when it needs to be paid, what needs to be paid on what date. They need to know all these things. As far as managing it, I'll talk about my household, and then I'll give you some examples of how other people can do it. In my household, I'm the financial guy, for obviously from you guys' feedback on that question. I paid all the bills, but I made sure that I even broke it down to a spreadsheet where and passwords and all that, where if anything ever happened to me, and even if it's like nothing serious, but I'm just out of town traveling or whatever, my wife knows where to go, has a login, has a password, knows where to pay it from, has access to the accounts, knows how to monitor and make sure everything's taken care of. The reason I do it that way is because in my background, I've run across too many individuals, especially when they're a little bit, more in the senior side, where one person passes away, they handled all the finances, and the other one is completely lost, stressed out, confused, and doesn't know how to do anything. So I learned from others' mistakes and others' decisions, and I say, you know what? I'll never put my wife in that situation where she doesn't know how to take care of the house, what bills need to be paid, electric, water, rent, or mortgage, whatever your situation is. Credit card bills, what credit cards are due, what loans are due, card note. There's a lot. And for me, it's up here. But I also have it written down somewhere. I have it on calendars so you can do it. So I'll just say there is no answer, no right or wrong answer as to who should do it, guy, girl, both. It's really not something that should be debated. That's something that should be discussed between you and that other individual, to have a conversation around, hey, this is going to be your responsibility, this is my responsibility, or these are going to be yours and these are going to be mine, and we split it and just inspect each other. That's cool too. That's my feedback.
Okay. Well, for me, I like to provide, so I'll just pay all the bills, and you save the money, and then we could use that for emergency. That's how I see it.
See, that's old school thinking, though, Jay.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happens. It's exactly what happens when clients would come in and I have a conversation with them, and they would be like, "Can you help me? Can you help me? I don't know. John passed away, and he used to handle all this." And I'm like, "I can't help you because I don't know." Do you
But
have
what
the
if?
bills? If you have the bills, I can help you.
But what
that's
if?
why it's important that both
But
parties
what if?
learn.
That's what I'm saying. But what if both know how to access the bills, but paying it would be my responsibility? So, and you save your money for emergency. So just in case if anything happens, you're already aware of that. It's just that I'm just the one providing. See what I'm saying?
Okay, I want to dish it to Steve too here in a second.
All right.
My only thought is, and again, going back to my experience and my background, my only question to that would be is, you're saving, I'm spending. If the time comes that we split, how do we manage that? Because now you've been spending all your money and providing for me, and I've been saving all my money and never had to pay a dime in the relationship. How do we handle this now where all of a sudden you want to start taxing me because we split? And I'm like, no.
That's true.
We've never done it that way. How do we handle that? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right.
I'm just saying to think about these things long term and really consider what potential consequences could come if things don't work out. I never go into a relationship personally expecting things not to work out, but if something didn't work out, you want to make sure that you have a plan in place. And I'd even go as far as saying you should discuss that plan and even put it on paper. So when that time comes, if that time, you have something to move towards and work toward.
Fact. But the answer to that question is trust.
What's your take? That's
So
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I would agree. And when you talk about finances, that can be a sensitive subject for somebody that don't know how to manage finances, and that can make or break a relationship. So in my opinion, I think this is a teachable moment, because regardless if you're with somebody or you're by yourself, you need to know how to manage funds, because that's essential to your life and your being. I would agree with Ray's approach, and there should be awareness on both. Like husband and wife, you need to be aware and be very transparent, but there's going to be one that prefers to deal with that than the other. You just got to figure out who that is. And then a part of a relationship is you take lead. So you're going to lead finances when we're traveling. I'll take lead because I enjoy traveling. That's just part of the relationship. And that's what makes a good pair, because you know what you're strong in, what you enjoy doing, and you can give the reins to that spouse. And then you know where you might be weak and say, you know what, help me to be better, but still I want you to take lead. So for me, I would think it's a shared responsibility, that it should be shared knowledge, but whoever feels like they want to do that, or even if they, make maybe once a month, they both say what we're going to pay. Everybody's going to have a different approach, but the idea is it should be a transparent. It shouldn't be, you don't need to know what comes in and out of my account. That's a whole nother ball game, right? Because now you need transparency, especially if you're married. Now you're in a toxic relationship. Run, get out, leave it. It's just not going to work, man. I'm telling you. So that's just my take on it.
Okay.
That's my take on it.
What's your spin, Jay? Let's hear your spin. Come on. He's thinking
What's
of
the
one
spin
too.
for this one? I don't got a spin for this one. This one a little bit too serious. But I do got a question though from the same person who submitted a question previously.
Okay.
What's the name? No IG.
Get it in one take.
Take your time. All right. One syllable at a time.
One take, Jay.
All right. Here we go. Why do men talk shit about women who strip or do OnlyFans, but they're the ones paying for the content?
Ooh, that's a loaded question, boy.
So
Jay, go ahead and answer that.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Man, I hate when y'all do this to me. Y'all make me sound like a hoe. So first of all, I'm not investing in nobody's OnlyFans, so don't ask me to do it. I will support strippers. But for me to think from a guy's perspective, I think a lot of times when they look at your stuff, whether it's a stripper or purchasing your OnlyFans, they're trying to reach out to you to smash. I'm pretty sure that's why they want to look at you. They give you money. That's why they're paying for this content, is because they're looking for something. And if you deny them what their main goal is, that's when the mentality of, oh, forget this chick and start talking all this BS. That's just like, prime example, when we had a previous conversation, I think first season, when you talk to a woman, when you try to holler at a woman and a woman denies it or says, nah, I'm not interested. And then you be like, oh, F you then, you ugly anyways. You remember that? You remember we had that conversation?
Yeah, I remember that.
So that is the same aspect of, let's say you're a stripper in front of me, I'm trying to holler at you, but you ain't paying me no mind because your mind is already on just hustling. So one has a different mindset of hustling. The other mindset is thinking of lust and trying to smash. If you ain't giving that guy the attention that he's wanting from you, he's automatically gonna be like, oh, F you, just start talking reckless about you because they didn't get what they wanted. Are they right for doing it? Hell no. I don't even know why they're paying for OnlyFans anyways. Just watch free porn. It's everywhere. Why are you paying for it? But that's just me. I don't know why they do it. But hey, so for me, I don't mind, me and my partner going to a strip club, throw some money, boom, boom, boom. That's fine. I don't mind supporting that. OnlyFans, I'm not really fond of because I got to pay for it. I'm not really, that's nothing really interesting for me. And you got to pay monthly anyways. Why? I'm just saying. But just to go to that question, it's just the guy's mentality is just thinking of just smashing, or they want something that they're not going to get. And they have some type of expectation, and it's wrong. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah. So
y'all kind of quiet.
No, because honestly, I don't know why Steve's quiet, but I'll tell you my reason I'm quiet is because you kind of hit the nail right on the head, bro.
Dang.
Why?
I'm 1-0. I'm undefeated,
Yeah.
man. Look,
I'm
1-1. I had one question wrong.
So going back to that first season, the second season, whatever it was that we had that conversation, it's exactly the same thing. Just one is online, and now I can be an internet thug, and I can say what I want to say. Y'all can't see me. Y'all can't throw nothing in my face. Y'all can't cuss me out. If y'all do, I can just turn the computer off or the cell phone off, whatever. It don't matter. The other one is where you're actually in person and you go, hey, yo, what's up, Shawty? Shawty turned around and she said, I'm not this. Then all of a sudden, that's why you ugly anyways. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to your friend. Your friend turn around and be like, I ain't trying to talk to you like that. Right? They do the whole thing. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. And what it really is rejection of my attention and not being reciprocated of the attention I'm giving you. So I'm trying to get your attention. I'm trying to get into your pants. I'm trying to get into your place. I'm trying to get into your space, whatever that looks like. But you ain't having it. So now I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, a grown up temper tantrum. And that's when I'm going to start calling you ugly. I'm going to say, I ain't going to do this no more. I ain't doing that no more. And that's all it really is. I'm throwing a fit because I ain't get what I wanted, what I set out for. And I think Jay hit it on the head, to be honest with you, man. I don't always rock with you. I'm going to rock with you today, bro.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. That is the only reason why I'm quiet, afraid, just so you know. I will say that Jay hit it on his head, hit it on the head. But I will say that it is a defense mechanism, as Ray said, for a guy to come at a girl. But the issue with that is there's some women that already have self-esteem concerns. And then you start saying that. So now you're tearing down the woman that she didn't ask for you to talk to her. So now when she says she's good, now you're going to degrade her and stuff like that. So that's a problem that I don't got a solution to fix that. But just for the women out there, just know that is really a defense mechanism. I'm going to leave it at that.
I'll take the problem, but
I know, right? Break the problem, but I got the solution. Sorry, man. Have a good one.
I think just some men are just insecure and they're embarrassed. Yeah. To be honest, I think it's that insecurity or not insecurity, but I think the embarrassment of being denied it gets to them, and it goes back to what Steve's saying. It's a defense mechanism. You turn me down, oh, I'm hurt now. I got to say something to get you back. That's just like, and I've always heard this in high school when girls would argue with a guy, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's why you got a small dick." I'm like, I just gotta laugh.
Yo,
and it may not be true.
That had to be high school's like favorite quote, bro.
Favorite quote.
Every right. All of a sudden,
to the point,
why you gotta bring
to the
me
point,
to this?
to the point where guys already think about the comeback if that comes up. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm gonna say. All right. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh man.
Oh,
All right,
man.
now, all right, let me spin it now because I actually got one. I know we talked about dating strippers. Is that the same? Are you taking that same stance with people who do OnlyFans?
But dating an OnlyFans person?
A girl who does OnlyFans. She's making 6 figures doing it.
I'm not doing it. So here's okay. Hold on. So I don't know too much about OnlyFans because I've never invested in it. But my understanding is that there's different types of OnlyFans. Some of them are just one person literally taking pictures, like regular pictures of themselves. Maybe not regular, but seductive, but not like, exposing everything. Pictures.
Right.
And my understanding is also a version where there's like sexual intercourse going on and a lot of other stuff. So I'm not gonna say I'm okay with either one, but to me, if I met someone and I found out later on after developing feelings for them, because that's something you can easily hide and keep to yourself. That's not like you go into the strip club at 2:00 in the middle of the morning. And I'm like, where you going? Like you can easily do OnlyFans every day and I have no idea, right? So if that's something I found out about, or you told me about, I should say, down the road, and you were one of those more milder versions where you're just like, yeah, if someone's gonna pay me to look at my body and they can't touch me and I'm not doing nothing with nobody, I'd be like, okay, that's the equivalent to me of being a live swimsuit model. If you're gonna ask me if I date a swimsuit model, hell yeah, I would do that. So I'm not gonna say I deny it, but I just don't know how I'd react to it when I see the comments and like how I
that's
feel.
why you can't read the comments, bro.
I know, but it's not gonna stop me from seeing them. You know just as well as I do. If you got a girl that said limelight, all your boys gonna be like, "Oh, bro, did you see this?
Yeah,
They're talking about your girl, bro. I ain't know.
I know.
You should leave that girl.
I know, right? This is the conversation we don't.
Screenshot. We send this to Jay and Steve. I was telling everybody.
Listen, they call him Detective Ray for a reason. All right, so
I'm gonna let y'all know, but I'm looking out like, bro, no girl is out here getting all kind of holler at. You can handle that.
Oh man.
That ain't me for real. But I can see how somebody would be like that for real. Like somebody's gonna look out and it's gonna get back to you no matter what. It might not be your boys, but your family, your cousin, your sister, better believe it's coming back. Moms, oh God, somebody gonna see it.
Man.
It's gonna come back.
Somebody gonna see it, and that's unnecessary pressure that I need in my life. I'm just be honest with you, and I just don't need.
Me run your IP address.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know about that one, man. I think I take the same stance because it's just less drama, less headaches. Just just certain things that just not negotiable for me.
Would you date an actress, a movie actress?
That's a good question.
I would.
You would,
and I know where we're going with that.
So what if they had to do a sex scene, or just not even a sex scene? I won't even go to that extreme. Just like a makeout scene. How would you handle that? With a little bit of touching, but nothing crazy.
I don't know, man. That's a good one because I think about that when I watch TV. I'm like, dang, would I be okay with watching my woman just like? Did you felt nothing? It was nothing. I promise. I think it is. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, it's but like you enjoyed that. How many takes was it? 17. You couldn't get it right the first time. Nah, man. I don't know. Man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you, bro. Like as much as I want to say yes, I know I wouldn't. I don't know, man.
I wouldn't feel uncomfortable.
I'm a little bit of the jealous type when it comes to physicals.
Yeah.
I don't care as much because the way I always looked at it is I can't stop you from looking.
Yeah.
But touching is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Touching, I can stop you from doing that. Real quick.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing. I'm with you on that, Steve. It's one of those like you really don't know. And it's always an uncomfortable moment when I first see someone on TV, especially now I got kids. I'm like what the hell? Like then I go through all the things. What is the little kids thinking? That is, now I'm not talking about my kids, I'm talking about the little kids to that parent on TV. Yeah. What are they thinking about? Mommy's on, kissing Santa Claus or fill in the blank, whatever that looks like. And then, I think about the husband or vice versa, the wife in the situation. I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. So I don't
Okay.
know. I'm with you, man. I'm going to think twice, three times maybe.
And that and that's what births a situationship.
A situationship.
That's
That's an entanglement.
Yeah, entanglement.
Is that a cousin to entanglement?
I think that is. That's probably extreme, but I'm just saying that's where my mind goes. So I'm just like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
So you're saying you'll date somebody who show their feet on OnlyFans, but that's it?
Yeah. I mean,
depends on how cute the feet are.
Damn!
Put your pinky toe away.
Oh man. Next question.
So when does a man decide to be a gentleman? In parentheses, does chivalry still exist?
Who wants to go first?
So I missed the first part of the question. I heard you say does chivalry still exist? But what was the first part?
When does a man decide to be a gentleman?
Decide to be
right? Yeah,
I think they should always be a gentleman. To be honest,
right? But we're talking about what we see now.
I mean, I don't know. Y'all gotta tell me what y'all seeing, because for me, I've always seen that. Like my pops growing up, like I tell you no lie. If we ever walked in the door before my mom, it was an issue, and he never missed the chance to call us out on it. And then on top of that, it was like it should be an honor almost to hold the door for women in your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? To hold the door, to let them go first, to order for them, obviously not pick their food, but order for them verbally, doing things like that, pulling the chair, setting the napkin, all those things. Like, we grew up like that. So that's what I saw, and that's all I know. And that's what my boys know now. Even to this point where they like literally fight over who's gonna hold the door. Like, I'm holding the door. No, just we're both holding the door. Like, that's what I see. That's what I know. So as far as what we're seeing right now, I'll say from my perspective, like almost every time that me and my wife go out, I open the door for my wife for the car, open the door for we're going in, I pull the chair, and I get compliments all the time. And to me, it's like, what? Like, why are y'all saying, "Oh, you're so sweet"? Or they come over from like across across the restaurant. Oh, I saw you from over there. I saw you did this and this. Like, to me, it's normal, but obviously that tells me that it's not normal. Like the fact that someone goes out of the way to implement it. And I just say that it's one of those things. I think it's an art that that might be becoming lost more and more. But I think it comes back to us as men and as fathers and future fathers and role models and mentors to teach our young men how to be gentlemen. It doesn't take anything away from a woman to allow a man to be a gentleman either. Like, you can be equally empowered, and I can still hold the door for you. You can still have equal opportunities and equal rights, and I can still, pull your chair for you. It doesn't stop me. It doesn't stop you from having those things. And I think that sometimes that gets confused. That's my opinion. And I get that because I had a young lady who almost got into an argument with me because I wouldn't go first. I hold the door. I'm like, no, you go first. Just because I'm a woman. I said, no, it's just, this is how I was raised. I was raised to hold the door, and you happen to be a woman. And she was upset, like legit upset. And I respect that. But I'm just saying, my point of view is it doesn't take away from your rights or your ability to be an individual by me doing a nice thing for you. And that's really all it is doing nice things for someone publicly. That's what I see gentlemen as. It really is. What y'all think?
I think it has to be a lifestyle and who you are. It's not a matter of turn it on, turn it off. So I think that it's just going to be your makeup. Because if you just try to do it just to impress, that's going to go south real quick. But if you make it a life practice and just part of your DNA and part of what you do, regardless of who it is, if somebody you know or somebody you don't know, then, just like you say, Ray, if someone wants to get into an argument with you because you're doing just what you normally do, that's their problem. But that's just who you are. So I think it still exists. It's just that it's part of your character, or it's not.
I definitely agree with both of you.
I want to ask something after you go ahead, Jay. I'll ask them afterwards.
Okay, so I definitely agree with both of you. In my opinion, I feel like it's how you was raised as well, because a lot of people are not taught that. or raised in a certain way where it's the right way to open the door for a woman, let them go in first. So I think chivalry isn't dead, but it is a lost art these days, because I still hold the door. We all still hold the door. I've watched y'all do it, but I've noticed people who go to stores and stuff like that, they don't hold the door for you. They'll let the door slam right in your face. So I've seen it happen, and it is a lost art, but I'm not going to say it is dead, because as long as we hold those values, we still can raise up our next generation to do the same. So I definitely 100% agree with that.
Yeah, and going back to what I wanted to add is kind of what Jay just said is, going out with y'all. I think of so many times when it's almost like we're competing, not intentionally, but like the door just gets rotated.
Yeah.
It's like, because I feel like when you become a gentleman, it's not just a gentleman to the lady, but it becomes a part of your mental that I'm going to this door. These 4 or 5 people behind me are going through the door. Also, I'll hold the door for them. And then it's almost like one person taps them on the shoulder, like, "No, I got it, bro." It's like, "No, go ahead." And it's almost like we're competing. I feel like that's a dope competition to be in.
Yeah.
Because that tells me you're in good company, at least caring company. And I just say, if you're not in that, I'm not saying that, there's anything wrong with your people. It's never too late to learn how to be a gentleman or start acting that way. But I always just, I admire y'all for showing and setting that example, because obviously y'all been around my kids, and that's what I want them to see. Not that it's just daddy. Daddy's not the only one who's doing this, but the people I surround myself with. Obviously my family's that way, but y'all family too, and they see that in y'all too. It's a good thing. I feel like that's how you learn it. You see somebody else doing it, you hear somebody else doing it, and then you say, especially as a child, you say, "Well, I'm gonna do that." And next thing you know, they doing things that, both good and bad, that you do, and that's just how it works. So it really comes back to, as far as, is it still a thing? It comes back to whether or not the household's teaching it. They always say in school that the school is really meant to support what you teach at home, not the other way around. So I think it's the same way when it comes to manners and being a gentleman. Whatever they learn at home, that's gonna be the core. And then outside influences will support that or will go against that. But at home is always the strongest influence, no matter what.
Gotcha.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. I got one more from our email questions, and then Jay, if you have any more from
I got one more.
feed. All right. So question is, how do you know when you're in a relationship?
But you say, how do you know when you're in a relationship?
Yeah.
You say in, like I'm in a relationship. I don't know.
Yeah. How do you know that you're in a relationship?
I can see why.
And Ray, just hold on before you say that this is a stupid question, because
I wasn't going to
these streets are different out here, right? You out the game, so
I think. Who does this question come from? Let's shout them out.
It didn't say no. We ain't doing that, did it? Let's shout them out, yo.
But I just knew.
All I'm saying is, some people just don't know what they involved in until they're like, "Wait, how did I get in a relationship? Oh, this is what we're doing now." That's just my assumption.
Wow.
I mean, for
you
me,
want to go?
I would say, I would think you have to have a conversation. You would have to have a conversation to say, "Hey, man, this is what it is, and this is what it's not." Right? All of a sudden you're probably out in public and this is my girl. Wait, hold on. Wait, this is where we at now? Like, it's, you got to have a conversation. I think a lot of it stems from, well, where are we? Who are we to each other? Are we still just trying to figure this out, or are we actually going to make this committed? And I guess you're exclusive, and that defines relationship, because there's open relationships. So you need to define on what your terminology is. So I think it just needs to have a conversation.
I think we this generation skips a step. I think they go. What happened?
They just.
I was gonna say, what's the step?
Yeah. So they'll do everything that consists of a relationship without having that conversation to solidify that it is a relationship. So they'll go on dates, smash. They'll do all types of things, but they don't have that conversation just to solidify that, this relationship. Because to one point, it could be like, the girl could be like, "You just my side nigga," but he doesn't know that. To him, this is my girl because we doing everything that consists of a relationship, but they just don't have that conversation, and that's where the confusion comes. To where is this a relationship or is this not? There's no boundary anymore to say I'm not doing this because this means I'm in a relationship. It's just I'm just do everything. There's no set go. There's no set ladder or bar, basically a bar that says that I'm not going to smash because we're not in a relationship. Was that?
So you're saying Jay, that a woman does not think you're in a relationship after you smash. This is what you're telling me.
It depends. Don't put me in the spot.
Okay, I'm just asking.
No,
I'm just wondering because I was just wondering, man. All right, just ask the question. Ray, what you got to say, man? You got some time to think about it.
I'm composed. So I'm gonna say this as calm as I can be. I say this. I feel like every single show, every single episode, I say this over and over and over. And it's never gonna change. This comes back completely full circle back to communication. Whatever happened to the conversation of saying to somebody, and I think I've said this in probably every relationship or non-relationship at some point or another. Babe, what are we? Like, where is this headed? It's as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, if they say to me, I mean, we just friends, we're having a good time, I'm just trying to hang out, then okay. I move that way. But if they say to me, and I feel the same way, oh, I really like you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you and I want to make a relationship out of this and, I've been having fun and I want to introduce you to my family, then I'm like, okay, now I move a different way because now I know we communicated what level we're on and I can properly, assess the situation if it's something I want to do. What I think happens right now in today's age, and it's not just young people, which is people in general, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Young, old, middle, anywhere in between, is you carry on, start doing grown-up things, let's just say it that way. And then at that point, all of a sudden, now you're on a smash and now you're in a relationship. At least one is in the relationship, and the other one just might be like, oh, I won. Long skirts go up.
Long skirts.
Oh God,
that's another episode. Go check that out. But you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's the thought process. If that's the thought process, then it just goes back full circle. How do you fix that? Communicate, have a conversation, set boundaries, set expectations, be real and honest and transparent with each other. Because at the end of the day, if you tell me that you want to be in a relationship and I'm not looking for that, that might just be the end of our relationship right there. If I'm just looking for somebody to have fun with, you get too serious. If you're honest with me and that's all you're looking to do is just having fun, then just say that. Because then I can also, if I'm looking to be something serious, I can assess that and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to waste my time or waste my investment, invest my time with you or invest my money with you. I'm going to move on to someone else. And that's fair to me too. I just say, whatever you do, just have a communication, be honest about it, and just move on. I feel like that's not a stupid question, but I feel like that should be something that's pretty straightforward. And that needs to be, we need to do a class on that. This question
I think it's fear. I think it's fear. Huh? Oh, I said, I think it's fear that they're scared that if they do have that conversation, it's not the answer that they want.
You got to man up, man, and woman up, man. You need to be scared to smash. If that's the case, the hell.
Yeah.
Be scared to do that.
Talking about scared. Don't be scared of STD.
What if it's a commitment? It can be a commitment as well.
They quick to jump in the pants, but you don't want to find out if y'all in a serious relationship. Man, get the hell on with that.
You need to be scared of that stank smell because you ain't bathing every day. Like, no, these are other things to be scared about. But I mean, I hear you. I agree with you, Jay, 100%. But my thing is the things that you really need, the most simplest thing that you can do is have a simple conversation, and then it's either yay or nay, or maybe we just got to see where it goes. That's healthy. Again, this is how you do not have a toxic relationship. When you hide stuff and then you guys are going two different directions, that's where it's just you in a relationship for the good stuff, and then everything else is just, it sucks. Don't like your personality, but I just want companionship. Brings toxic, being toxic.
It could be commitment as well, though.
Yeah, you can scare the commitment.
Yeah,
but you can say that. If you say that I don't want to, I have a problem with commitment. Now you can work through it, and then you see if it's worth working through. If there's somebody that you can lean on.
But what if it's a guy?
What's that?
What if it's a guy that's like, okay, like she wants the commitment, but it's the guy's like, nah, I'm just here. I'd rather not have that commitment. And she just doesn't want to leave because they say the sex is good. Or everything is good.
Then she got a problem then. She has a decision to make. So the thing is, the guy is being straightforward. So now it's up to you.
Hey, listen, nobody said you was gonna like the answer. Nobody said that's not a part. That's life.
I think they've been asking us to get the right answer. To be honest,
you don't get to like the answer or dislike the answer, and then ahead of time. Only way you know is if you have the conversation, and it's only right and fair to the other person if you give them the answer that's real, so they can make a decision.
So my thing is, and the way I always move is, I value time, right? So for me, anything that I do, I need to figure out if it's worth my time. If you're saying that, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship and all this stuff, now I got to make a decision. Is that what I'm looking for? Because if it's not what I'm looking for, a relationship, then we can rock out. But if I am, now I have to say, well, this is going to waste my time and I have to start over. I'm good. And then, we just kind of keep it moving. So it's, again, just like Ray said, it is going to go back to having a conversation. That's the only way you're going to find out which direction we're going to go. We're going to walk together. We're going to rock out together, or we're not. This is just a conversation. Can't hurt your feelings when you're just going to be honest. If you be honest, then you at least you can preserve a friendship if it's not even going to be on that level. If you choose to be friends with benefits, just saying. Just saying.
Okay.
All right.
Jay, I know you have one more question.
Yeah, I got one more question. All right.
Bring it home. Let's have a good one here.
Yeah, let's have a good one.
Why do men fear women with masculine energy? And let me before you think of it a different way. You from New York, correct?
New Jersey, right?
New Jersey, right?
I was raised in Jersey.
I know one of y'all.
I was raised in Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best way I could describe it is, how women up north are very aggressive, correct?
No
comment.
It's
cultural, but yes.
Cultural. I think that's where they're coming from when they have masculine energy.
So one, you're making the assumption that men feel like women have masculine energy, right? So that's what I would say first. So I would say that it's not even masculine energy in my opinion. It's just culture, and I personally like to understand the culture. It's where they were raised and what they had to endure and how they move. But those that are a little bit more aggressive, there are some women that are aggressive and they're intimidating to men, because a lot of guys feel like they should be the one with that's fearless, right? And that would hit you head on. And when they see a woman that actually have those components, it's like, damn, she's like a threat. And there are women, especially up north, because I'm up north, that have that personality, and they like, oh, a lot of guys say that they're intimidated by me, so they try to kind of dumb it down when it's really just a culture, because they're in the business district and they deal with so many men, or they can just hold their own. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that that's just the role that they put on, and they actually want to be able to not have to do that, but that they have no choice.
Yeah, I agree.
So the way I see it is similar to Steve. Like, okay, if I'm a guy, right? And to your point, Steve, most guys, I can't say all guys, but most guys in my circle, um, they feel like they want to be the leader, and they feel like they want to be the aggressor, right? So, and what I mean by that is, you go in, you meet a woman. Typically, it's you're the one that's pursuing them, right?
Right.
So if I meet a woman and they're pursuing me and treating me like the trophy or treating me like the piece of meat or what, that can make me feel a kind of way. Like flattered, yes.
Feel like you just took a teaspoon of estrogen.
Yeah, it's like how did I get here? Like,
and you paying for my meal? Wait, hold up.
Like, I'm supposed to be chasing you. Like now you opening the door for me, and you know what I'm saying, you telling me all these sweet things and sending me chocolate, like, or steak or whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those things. You can do that. That's fine. I don't care. Like, it wouldn't offend me if my wife sent me something nice. That'd be cool. I'd actually be pleasantly surprised if I got a gift like that. Wouldn't know exactly how to act, but because it would be uncharted territory. And that's what I think this is. This is uncharted territory for most men. So they don't know how to respond. So it's not necessarily they don't like you. It's not necessarily that they're upset that that you're masculine, as you put it. I think they're just not accustomed to it. They don't know how to handle it. And unless you explain where you're coming from, like to Steve's point, and why you move that way and why you're so independent, and you're the aggressor in the relationship, it's gonna throw a lot of people off. We're not accustomed to it. It's not in I can't say United States culture, but it's not in the culture where I was raised. The culture I was raised, for the most part, the men are the one doing the chasing or the or the attempts to pursue a woman in a relationship, and the woman in most cases are the ones that are making that decision whether or not they'll oblige. So do I want to give them a chance or not? And that's the normal custom for my culture where I'm from, where I was raised. So I think it's just a matter of like, it's like, I think of like a computer program. Like you teach a computer program to do one thing. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2. All of a sudden, someone introduces a division sign.
Yeah.
Crash.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do. I wasn't programmed for this. I don't know what to do.
I'm hoping women are taking note of this, because that crash is real.
So I think it's just a matter of people being caught off guard and not knowing how to handle it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but you just got to communicate that. And I think in this case, maybe you over communicate why you're so aggressive and why you're moving that way. And I would assume that you're gonna be a woman who's very independent, knows what she wants, doesn't take very long to pick out an outfit, doesn't take very long to decide where they want to eat for dinner. And
get the whole package.
That's just not what I'm accustomed to, so it's gonna throw me off. I'm like, dang, like, okay, I got to get right, and now I got to be on point because she has expectations, and I got to, step my game up even more. So that's all that it is. I think that's just a challenge, and if the guy's up to it, then it can work. It can work.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of y'all. For me, I'm not from New York, New Jersey, up north, so in Florida, we don't get like those aggressive women who display a little. Yeah, depends. That's right. It depends on where you at. But I'm more accustomed to the soft-spoken, little bit more, feminine side. So when I meet somebody, to me, it's a little different for me. So like, if I see a woman who has that masculine energy, I'm more intrigued than put off. I'm more like, okay, I know you're not from here, so where are you from? But I've known guys who would be like, don't talk to her, she a little too aggressive, or don't talk to her because the way she talk. But it's not that. It's just like, I've known women who's from New York, and I'm like, it's not that. It's just where they're from. You just got to know that culture. And I think that a lot of people are misinformed and misguided. And then sometimes a lot of men are very insecure, and they just lack masculinity in themselves, to be honest, because they be acting a little too soft. Just because a female is talking to you a certain way or addressing you a certain way, you don't got to feel some type of way about it. That's just my opinion. But I've seen it on both sides, and I understand it. But in my opinion, I'm more intrigued rather than more put off by the energy they give. So That's just
So
my
let's
take,
take
but I
it.
definitely agree with you.
Let's take a step further. What about the women that are proposing to men?
Nah,
If you
don't do
guys
that.
see it on social media,
Don't
yeah,
do that.
man. Let's
Don't
talk
do that.
about that. We're gonna close on this topic because yeah, man. Because somebody gonna get their feelings hurt
Oh, that's a good
real
question.
hard, man. Like, is there diamonds in that engagement ring? So what, guys gotta wear 2 rings now? Like, tell me, where did that even come from? Do you anybody know?
I think it comes back to women wanting to be able to be seen in the same light as men. And I don't see anything wrong with it, but to me, just seeing a woman down on one knee, it's almost like comedy.
It goes against
comedy.
I think it goes against the whole chivalry. It's like,
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, is this real? Like, I wondered to myself, like, is this real or is this like staged? Because it's just not cultural. It's not any culture that I know. Like, I can't relate that to anything that I've seen on TV, anything that I've seen in real life, anything that I've seen around my family or my friends or relationships, mentors. It's just, it's so foreign. It's almost like comedy to me, because I feel like it's someone playing a joke.
Yeah.
And I've seen also where it's gone really wrong, where the guy gets offended and responds in a certain way and really, really hurts that person's feelings. Because you got to think, I mean, even as a man, it takes a lot of courage to get down on one knee, especially in front of family, friends, and not really truly know how that person can respond. You have an idea, unless you wouldn't have done it, but a lot of times your perception and the reality are 2 completely different things. I've been lucky enough, I can't say lucky enough, not to see it ever go wrong in person. But I've seen plenty of videos where I could tell that was legit rejection. And I'm not saying just when women did it, but also when men did it. So it takes a lot of courage seeing that, knowing that, and then being able to say, you know, I'm gonna break it down, bust down on one knee, and ask somebody to spend the rest of their life with me. And you know, for a woman to do it on the flip side, where it's now reverse from what we're accustomed to, and on top of that, with all the pressure that goes into it, man, it's just, I don't know. I think that's ultimate courage, but I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
I feel like a lot of times as well, they do it because the man takes too long.
Yeah.
So let's say we've been dating for 8 years. I'm pregnant or whatever the case may be, and you ain't never asked me to get married. Y'all laughing because you know it's true. Because
let's rush it and see where this goes. That's what I'm thinking. Let's rush it and see where this goes.
But listen, if somebody's not ready to commit to you on that level for whatever reason, you don't rush it.
Oh, I gotta spin on that after seeing.
It's probably the worst advice anyone can have. Oh, he doesn't want to propose to you, just propose to him.
That's a good idea. No, the hell of not.
If y'all done had that conversation and they expressed to you that they want to get married to you and they haven't proposed to you, I would suggest y'all have another conversation. A non-public one, preferably.
For real, man.
And then figure it out from there. That could go so many ways. It could be a financial issue. It could be an embarrassment issue. It could be a family rejection issue. It could be, I really just ain't feeling you like that, and I'm happy where we're at issue. And y'all got to make that decision. But handle that private before y'all, go out here and potentially, not necessarily, but potentially embarrass yourself. That's all I got to say, man.
If it's anything,
that's tough to see.
if it's anything other than I just didn't have the money to get a ring yet, abort. Don't even go there.
I'd be time to throw that fish back, brother. Sister, in this case, I don't even know no what.
So how long, just to spin to it, so how should I say this? How long is too long to propose? And how long is too long to be a fiance?
I think this goes back to that same finance question. Right? Everybody's gonna be different, bro.
So 10 years is long to be proposed to somebody?
I can tell you right now.
Or to propose?
In my own family, there's at least 2 complete opposites. I'm doing the Kobe ISO. So that But there's two complete opposites. I have a brother who dated and dated for I don't even know. I didn't keep track. Obviously, it was my relationship. But I'm just gonna say close to 10 years before they got married.
Right.
I'll take my own example where I dated my wife and saw that and was seeing her for about a year and a half, and then we got married. Both so far, thank God, are successful relationships, successful marriages. But our process was just different.
Right.
So, and that's based on us individually. So, and that has nothing to do with my upbringing. That has nothing to do with his upbringing. We were raised by the same parents in the same household. Healthy relationship, thankfully, growing up. So I just think that comes down to the individuals and your communication, your conversation, and then when you're actually ready. Because for me to get ready, I'll even put it in simple. For me to get ready to go to dinner, I throw on a shirt, I throw on some pants, I throw on some shoes, wash my face, brush my teeth, maybe spray some cologne, I'm out. Somebody else, they need to go get a haircut. They need to go get a new outfit. They need to go try on the outfits. They need to go buy the outfit. They need to go back home. This is now an hour later, get a shower. They need to shape up the haircut they just got because they don't like certain things. They need to put on makeup. They need to spray some good smell. They need to do all this. Everyone's process is going to be different. But at the end of the day, we're going to get to the same place. And hopefully, if you take your time to make that decision, you get there safely and you enjoy that dinner, so to speak. So that was a weird analogy, but you get my point. All right?
Man, my advice is you got to wait 10, 15 years. Yeah, it's better leave.
Hey, listen, man.
Everybody's process is different.
It might be too long for somebody, but for somebody, that's just right. You know,
that's true.
Might be a sweet spot. So, all right, man. Listen, I think we had some great questions. I just want to give a shout out to all of our listeners and our viewers that participated. If you want to submit a question, go to www.brotalktv.com. Hit the Ask the Bros tab, and then you can submit a question anonymously, or you can submit your name. You can submit a question directly to one of us, one of the bros, or you can just, if it doesn't have it directed to one of the bros, then we're all just going to chip in. Even if you do ask it to one of the bros, we probably still going to chip in anyway. So just go ahead and submit your questions. And we really, really like it. Listen, we are out of time, but we do appreciate everyone that joined. Listen, Bro Talk TV. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.